Okay, everybody, it is Transformation Tuesday. We're here. Let's start the show. Okay, so like I said, it's Tuesday. Did you know that? Did you know that? Sometimes I forget what day it is. I'll be talking like it's Friday and it's Wednesday. It just happens. I don't know. Anyway, we got a great guest today. We've got Courtney Caffey. She's coming in here and she's gonna spill her story. She's gonna give us some hard truths on what it truly takes to transform ourselves. So as you come in, of course, this is an interactive show. Say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from, where you're watching from. And if you have any questions, any comments for our guest, ask them, put them in the chat. We'll put them up on screen and we'll answer them live. So before I bring her on, I want to start with something. Something that helps me continue on with my lifestyle. It helps me continue on with staying positive. We call it above the line, but what does that do? Because life can give us a big bag of crap, and if we let it just be crap and we accept it, you're just going to be looking at crap all day long, and you're going to be sad, and you're going to think your situation will never improve, and you're going to be depressed. But I'm here to tell you, cut it out. Knock it off. If you don't want to burn your life down, quit dropping matches all over the place. And when I talk about matches, I talk about the words that are coming out of our mouth. I'm never going to get out of this situation. I'm never going to find somebody to be with. I'm never going to be financially stable. I'm never going to have a good job. Man, life sucks. Man, this happened. You're dropping matches everywhere. And guess what? You're going to burn your life down that way. So cut it out. So one of the ways that helps me whenever I start feeling that way, because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't feel that way. I'm saying don't continue to be that way. We can't help but have those feelings because sometimes life just is crap. Life does suck, but staying in that mentality does not help you in any shape or form. So here's what I do. Anytime I feel like that, I turn to gratitude. I turn to outward displays of gratitude. I will literally call people. I will literally text videos that I make for people to tell them how grateful I am for them in my life. Seriously, I will call a friend. I will say, hey, Johnny, I just want to tell you that I am extremely grateful for you in my life, that you've always been there for me, that you will answer the phone, that you will help me, that you're always there. You're such a good friend, and I really appreciate you. And at times he's like, wow, I really needed to hear that. Or others he's like, yeah, pal, you too. Because, I do it often. But it's always meant with genuine sincerity. And when you start to be grateful for things, you start to look for more things to be grateful about. And you're like, well, I do have a roof over my head. There's food, fridge. I got gas in my car. I'm fine. I'm not in such a bad position. You start to be more grateful for things. You don't stay down in the dumps. You start to be grateful for the people in your life and the things you do have. You start romanticizing your life and you're like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for this day. It's beautiful. And before you know it, you're out of your funk. You're feeling great. That's what it's all about. Stephanie says, today is proof for me. Change happens. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay. So our guest, Courtney. Courtney is somebody who I met through obviously this health program, but when we finally met I think we met. I don't remember when we met. I think it was at a training or some event. Um, she's just so real. She's just so raw that you're like, I appreciate what you're saying. Totally. So she'll always dish you out the truth. But before I bring her on, I want to show you who Courtney is, and then we'll bring her on. So here we go. All right, Courtney's here. Welcome, Courtney.
Hi.
How's it going?
You know, it's going.
I'm good.
It's another beautiful day in paradise.
Absolutely.
I woke up today,
grateful.
so it's a great day.
I'm grateful for this day. Let me tell you that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. People ask me, "How are you?" And it's like, I woke up today. I'm amazing. I got to see the sky. I got to go to work. I got to do the things. Like, life's great.
Exactly. And that's where it starts, right? It starts with that first thought in the morning of, I'm awake, thank God.
100%. Like, it's funny what you were saying. I was going to mention it. When you asked me to talk, I was thinking about what I would say. And I used to say that I was Murphy's Law and that everything around me was just going wrong. And what it really was, it was my mindset. There's no such thing as Murphy's Law. I let it happen to me. I chose to not pick up myself and move forward. I chose to just let all the negative overcome me. And so I would have bad days and I would have, rough things happen. And I was just like, oh, I'm Murphy's Law. I'm Murphy's Law. I'm Murphy's Law. No, there's no such thing. That's what I've realized through this program is that, no, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my happiness and I'm in charge of my, misery or unhappiness. Like,
right.
All starts with me.
It's a choice. 100%. You can
100%.
choose to be happy. You can choose to not be happy. You can choose to do things to make yourself happy and love yourself, or you can choose to do things that are going to promote sadness. Like I said, just dwelling in the crap that life can give out sometimes and just having all that clay just piled on you and thinking that this is it. But if you don't take the opportunity to make an opportunity, you're going to stay in the same spot. So I don't subscribe to any of that. You got to take an opportunity. You're going to make an opportunity is what you're going to do. I'm going to make this happen. That's what we need to start saying. We need to start saying, I'm going to make this happen, right? Yep. I'm not going to let something happen to me. I'm going to change the way I do things. I'm going to not let life happen to me, but let life happen or make life happen for me. That is it right there. I'm going to make life happen for me. So as soon as everybody starts understanding that they can make life happen for them, it's all a choice. Are you just going to sit on the couch or you're going to get your ass up and do something about it? There it is. That's the choice.
Yep. 100%. We make the life that we're living. We're living the life that we've made for ourselves. Nobody else did this to us. We can go through our highs and lows. We can go through very traumatic incidences, but it's our response to those things that make us who we are. Do I allow myself to throw pity parties anymore? Maybe once in a while, if I'm being honest, but my pity party lasts for about 5 seconds. And then I go, you know what? I have a great life.
Yeah.
And then I remind myself of the great life that I have. And I don't let myself focus on negative. I don't interact with people who are having negative conversations. I remove myself from situations, even at work. I hear people just meh, 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 and there's a lot of it at my work, but I just walk away. Oh, you guys are talking negative? I got to go the other way.
I'm out.
I don't
Later.
allow it into my life in any way, shape, or form, because it's toxic, and it feeds off of we feed off of one another. Your energy level, my energy level. If we're in a good mood, we're in a bad mood. It just, you gotta make your life what you want it to be. You want it to be
That's right.
happy, make it that way.
That's right. We have the power to do that. And when you're talking about people, like, you have to walk away from them because it's like, oh, you're gossiping, you're being negative, or pity parties. That is operating out of fear. That's a fear-based way of operating. We don't want to do that. We want to be based out of love, because that's a truer type of you're unmasking. You're unmasking these things, right? You're unmasking yourself, instead of saying, I'm so afraid of this happening that I'm not even gonna, or poor me, because you're afraid of what's going to happen. Take that mask off. Show your true self, what you truly want, and go for it and do it. So anyway, getting into this, Courtney, I want to know, this is your show. This is about you. And I want to know your story. Everybody out there watching wants to know your story. So where does this new lifestyle, this revelation, your transformation, where does that begin?
My transformation began a year and a half ago. I was watching my coach on Facebook, watching her post like real people and making the transformation that I was only dreaming of. Yeah. And at a certain point, somebody took an amazingly horrible photo of me, put it on Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, that's what I actually look like. Because I had stopped looking down. I looked at my face in the mirror, but I never looked down. I never looked at my body. So when somebody posted a photo of me up on social media, I was like, it's time to make a change. And so I reached out to my coach, Sarah Wiley. She's amazing. And I begged her. I wrote her this letter, and it was like a letter. And I was just like, I don't know if you can even help me. I'm broken. I've tried everything in the world. I've listed off like the different diets I tried, the pills I tried, da 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 da. And I was just like, I'm broken. I don't even know if you can help me. If you can, or if you don't, I think I ended it with, if you don't think you can help me, I understand. There was no hope left in me.
Yeah.
I was completely broken at that point. And that's when I started my journey.
Wow. That's that's a pretty tough realization to encounter. Like, when you don't think anybody could help you. I'm so far gone that nobody can help me. That your hope, your vision for yourself has shrunk so much that you're not dreaming anymore, and you're just kind of holding on day by day. And that's tough. And I think a lot of people are out there feel that way. Like I said, we let life swallow us. So you made the change, Courtney.
And the crazy
you
part
reached out
is
to Shara.
What's up?
So I said, so you reached out to Shara and you jumped on this program, and tell me how that went for you.
When I reached out with Shara,
yeah,
I killed it. I killed it hard. I think I lost like 8 pounds my first week.
Wow.
1 week, 8 pounds. Like that's insane. And then after that, a month and a half, I think I went down to like 25, 30 pounds in a month and a half. And then I became a coach, which I was like, oh, this isn't for me. This isn't.
Yeah.
None of us join this thinking that we're going to be able to help anybody else. But the one phrase that always catches me is the fact that, what if I can just help one person? What if I can make a difference for one person? I don't need to save the world, but I can save one person's world. And so that's what got me. I didn't flourish right away when I became a coach, but I eventually, I got a nice little, coaching family, whether they're my clients or my fellow coaches. Definitely got a few.
That's right.
And I started helping people. My mother stopped taking my mother didn't have to go on blood pressure medication. She got her weight under control. I mean, this woman's 70 years old and able to drop 40, 50 pounds, whatever she lost. I mean, just amazing. I think I've now lost 83 pounds.
83. Hold
And then
on.
just ants.
83?
Um,
Damn.
83.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
I lost a pound or two.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I do what I can. I do what I can.
So I think,
I'm not
I wanna go
perfect,
back.
and it's not been easy, and
Yeah, it's not been easy. That's the thing about this, is what we have to understand, right? Making a big change, making a lifestyle change, it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not always easy. So tell me now, when it wasn't easy for you, let's go to that part. When it wasn't easy for you, how did you overcome that? Because a lot of times when we're in these positions where we're down in the dumps and I don't think anybody can help me, failure is basically our best friend, right? We've encountered it so many times that we just know the signs of when something's not going to work, and we just give up because we've been there. So what was different about this when it got hard for you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Sorry. My phone's being weird and crazy.
Uh-oh.
This worked. That's what was different. But it's not easy. But it's easy. It's easy if you want it. You have to want it for yourself. I can't want it for you. All the coaches in my group can't want it for you. I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. It's really simple. Eat the food, drink the water. You're going to lose the weight. And that's what made it easy, because there are results. There were easy results. I ate the food. I drank the water. It was easy. But then there are the days where it's like, oh, I want to. I used to call it like my 4-year-old self would just, pop out and be like, but I want to, I've done so good. I've done so amazing. Whatever it is. And I deserve to be able to eat, tacos, or I deserve to be able to eat nachos, or whatever my food of choice is. I felt like I would deserve it, but I deserve to live a healthy life where I don't have to worry about blood pressure medication, having a heart attack, diabetes. Right before I got on program, I had like multiple cancer scares. Wow. Remember, I said I was Murphy's Law. So it was like, oh, we think you have this cancer. Oh, we think you have this cancer. So it was like, I was just one thing after another. And really, it was scary, and it was a wake-up call. And I'm glad that I took the time to put myself first. And as a single mom, it's really hard to put myself first, because my kids only got one parent. So I got to make sure that I'm the best of both for one. So, but I do, but so it's really hard and it's really easy all at the same time. What makes it easy is knowing that it works. What makes it hard is eating the food and drinking the water.
So what makes it easy is knowing that if you do the simple steps, there will be results. You will get somewhere. The hard part is making the decision to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's something that I feel translates through our entire life, right? Decisions that we make that we're not 100% sure about, that we're like, you just got to do it because the steps. You know that this is going to happen. If I work hard at my career or my job or whatever, I'm going to get, I'm going to get that raise or that promotion. Or, if I hit the books for studying for school, I'm going to get good grades. You just have to do the action steps. First of all, make that choice and do the action steps.
Yep.
And not look back.
No looking back.
Because what happens when we look back, Courtney?
You falter.
What do you see in the rearview mirror? You falter. You look where you've been. Oh no, there's all that trauma behind me. There's all that failure behind me. There's all of that crap, those people that were no good for me. That's all back there. And if I keep looking behind me, I'm never going to see what's in front of me.
You're never going to move forward.
No.
You're always going to be waiting and looking backwards and blaming the things that happened to you in your life for where you're at now.
Yep.
Just because those things happened to me doesn't make me who I am. I needed to become bigger, better, and stronger than those things. Because at the end of the day, if I let those things win, who was that helping? Those people who hurt me back then, they're not here now, but they're still winning. That's ridiculous. I'm letting other people control my happiness. So one more time, you just have to learn to get control of your life. You make yourself happy. Do whatever you got to do. I wrap my head around things and then I can tell them to everybody when I've dealt with them. So, childhood traumas that like started at an early age for me and why I was eating was I was molested and I had to go to court and then I was in a fire and I almost died. And there's more stuff that goes along with this. And every time I put on a pound, it was like, I was a way for me to like hide myself from the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. And then by putting on those pounds and hiding myself from the rest of the world, then I was just giving those traumatic incidences power over my current life.
That's right.
And they don't deserve to have power over my current life. I deserve to finally be happy. I deserve to finally live a healthy life. I deserve the easy peasy things like being able to be healthy and live happy.
Yep.
And I wasn't doing it because I was holding so much emotional baggage to all those other things.
You were giving too much space to that, and it filled everything up and didn't let the new good stuff come in, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're not allowing yourself to get to appreciate any of those good things. We're sitting right here, Josh, me and you both. How much weight have we lost between each other? We've lost another whole person.
We lost an entire person.
Absolutely. We lost a whole other person.
We lost 156 pounds, I think, together.
That's a whole other person who still needs like to probably lose another pound. But the two of us combined, like, we're living proof of what you can do when you just take control of your happiness and your life. And hopefully we're a little inspiring with that.
And that's the point, right? Like you said, I don't have to change the world. I just have to change one person's life. That's all. And that is enough. And for me, I know that is exactly my, that is my mission too. Is I want to change the world. I would love to be able to inspire enough people to where I make an actual impact. But I have to realize that if I inspire one person to make a change, that is enough of an impact. If I inspire one person to have the courage to just go for what their heart is telling them they want, then that is enough for me. And that's it. That's it, really. It's just to be there, to show up for these people when they need us.
Absolutely.
And meet them where they are.
The countless people who say, now I drink water, or, the countless people who are like, oh, now when I go get the mail, like I go for an extra 15-minute walk. Any step in the right direction is a huge milestone. Yep. Because I know how hard it is to get up, to move, to do the things that you don't want to do because you've tried and it doesn't happen. Yep. But consistency is key. You have to keep trying. Our role models in life didn't just give up. They kept trying. They kept going forward. They never let the bad things, that the bad things are always bad. And they probably knock these people down a peg or two, but they always kept going forward. That's why they're our role models. That's why they're the people we look up to. They didn't get where they were at by just sitting back and not doing anything about it.
They didn't walk into a perfect situation and everything just worked out for them.
No.
One
of my favorite stories is Michael Jordan was kicked off the high school basketball team.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Y'all realize we could not have Michael Jordan right now? If he had just been best basketball player of all time? No, Michael, you're not ever going to be a basketball player. And he showed the world.
Right.
There are countless stories like that where if any one of our role models that we look up to, they had just listened to anybody around them tell them no, they wouldn't be where they're at. They wouldn't be our role models right now.
So then what do you attribute that that attitude? Do you attribute it towards grit, determination? Is that intrinsic? Is that something you've acquired and sharpened that skill over the years? How did you get to be so, just strong with that opinion? Like, is that something you learned?
It's definitely learned, because I would like to say I've always been no filter and straightforward. That's easy. But learning more about myself, doing more self-development, working on my mind, body, and soul, those are the things that make me strong and not wanting to falter. So, talking with you or talking in my groups or listening to, listening to books on tape or reading inspirational books and stuff like that, that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps my brain strong, because that's a muscle you got to work too. You can't just let that one go when you're working on the other one. So it's daily mindset, daily activities of doing something to help bring out the positiveness inside of me that makes me stronger and gets me that grit to keep moving forward and not looking back. Because I can look back. Looking back's easy.
Oh yeah.
It's moving forward that's hard.
Right. That's true. And I love how you kind of just tied that into what I was saying in the beginning about like just being integrated into what decision, which path you're going. Be integrated into that every day. Go into it with the decision that this is what I'm going to do. And here's some things to help me along the way, like, sending messages of gratitude or reading books or talking to people or being involved. We have to be involved with what we're doing. If we're not involved with what we're doing, what creeps in? All of our old habits, all of our old ways. So trust me when I say that your old habits will creep in if you're not involved in what path you want to take and you've made that decision. Those old habits will creep back in. And that is the problem with a lot of times I've made decisions that I've just kind of reversed or not followed through, is I don't stay involved in that. So we have to constantly, you guys, be integrated into our decisions. Be involved. Yes. Be all for it. Show up. Don't ever stop.
Show up for yourself 100%. Your old habits are going to come back 100%. Because guess what? They're actually not gone. They're inside of you. They're who you were. I try to explain to people I'm 41 years old. Like, I've got 41 years 40 years of breaking bad habits, late night binging, overeating. I didn't have a full button. If it was good, I could eat the whole thing. Like, my stomach didn't say no, stop. My stomach said, it's good, eat more. Like, that's the way I would eat it all. Like, that's just how I worked. And so that hungry voice is still inside my head. Those old habits are all still there. And guess what? I chose multiple times to have a cookie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had a brownie. I've had ice cream. I've had nachos. It is what it is. But that moment doesn't define who I am. Those moments that I chose to make those decisions didn't throw me back. I kept moving forward. Did I drink my water that day? Did I go for a walk that day? Did I eat all my fuelings? Did I have da-da-da-da-da-da? Sure, I did. I made the conscious decision to splurge. It doesn't mean that I wrecked my life. Now, if I completely throw my program out the window and don't do any healthy movement and da-da-da-da-da, then we need to have a sit-down conversation and talk about that. Mm-hmm. But so all our beasts are still inside of us. It's just the way we choose to handle them.
That's it.
That's it. We got to be the ones that are stronger than the negative side of us. You can't do this, Courtney. You're never going to be skinny, Courtney. You've always been the fat girl, Courtney. Like, that's who was talking to me all the time. You've tried numerous things. It's never going to work. You've tried keto. You've tried diet pills. Nothing's going to work. Might as well just sit back down on the couch and have some more nachos.
So
that person's still inside of me.
So what do you do then to quiet that person down? Or what do you do to
I
not,
take a look at that
you know-
picture that you have up right there. I can do anything I put my mind to.
Oh, there it is. That's not the pic. See, now this is the picture you look at and go,
Yeah.
I'm a beast. I can do this. You don't look at that picture that the person took of you, your full body, and go,
God, no.
I gotta do something.
I'm
you
proud.
Look at this one.
Yeah. I feel bad for the girl back there in that other photo where she thought she was defeated and that she could never do it. God, I'm just grateful I get to tell her now, like, it's possible. We can live the healthy life and be skinny and feel great about ourselves. We are not defined by the things that happened to us in our past.
Right.
We make our life happy. We are the ones that make our world what we want it to be. I want it to be that girl who, I remember when everybody got on the 75 hard challenge and I was like, oh, y'all are nuts. I could never, ever, 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 ever do that.
That thing's tough.
And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm going to do 75 hard.
Yeah.
But I'm only going to do it for 30 days. I only want to do 70 or 30 hard. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I can do this. And I pushed all the way through 75 hard. And that's that final photo that you got right there. That is me at the end of 75 hard. 75 days, no drinking, 2 days, every day, working out twice a day, every day, reading books, every day, getting my gallon of water in.
Wow.
You can do anything if you want it bad enough.
Yep.
But nobody could want it for me. You have to want it for yourself. You have to have that drive in you to want to be better than the person that you were always expected to be. Everybody just assumed you would be. I mean, there are people who don't recognize me now and they're like, how'd you do it? We just always, always assumed I was going to be that fat and that big. Like,
what's that Red Hot Chili Pepper song? Under the Bridge? I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Take me to, where I feel good. Take me to where I am looking at that kick-ass picture of me after I completed 75 hard, after I did something that I never thought I could do, or after I dropped 83 pounds. Those are what you look at. You don't ever want to feel like you did that day before. And that person is gone. And that's why you don't look in the rearview mirror. You don't let that shit dictate your life. Those low moments are not you. You're not a highlight reel, and you're not your worst moments. This is your life. You make a direction. You choose a direction to go. You go and you do the action steps. You stay involved with the direction you're going. And you always remember, it's like when we're driving. I've said it before. When you're driving, you glance in the rearview mirror, but you don't focus on it. You look forward as to where you're going, but you just kind of always glance at that rearview mirror just to make sure. And that is how we make transformation, Courtney, right? Right. Can you hear me? Did I lose you?
It's going in and out. I keep moving
to
try to.
That's fine. Okay. So I've, really, I've gotten a lot out of this so far. It just gets me fired up. Like you said, these aren't concepts that I don't adopt myself. These are concepts I do adopt myself that sometimes I need remembering. And that's why even it's still good for me to talk and to stay involved and to go on the direction, these paths. So I appreciate these kind of talks with you and with everybody that we have, because it helps me continue on too. But before we wrap up, Courtney, I just want to ask one thing. If there's somebody out there that's watching that is like, okay, I feel where she's at, I feel where she's been, and I want to do what she's doing. Give them one last piece of advice.
It doesn't have to be the world. It doesn't have to be a huge gesture. It just needs to be one thing. Start small, start accomplishable. Drink 1 glass of water today. Walk out
Yep.
to your mailbox, go a little bit further. It needs to just start small. And when you're ready, we're all here. There's a huge family waiting to love and support you. But
Yep.
just take it one moment at a time. And if something bad happens, don't ever let it get to you, because we're not perfect people by any means. So don't ever beat yourself up. Be like, at least I did this today. And that's right. You did do that today. You made that decision. Wake up a half an hour early. There are so many things that you can do. Listen to a podcast. That's an inspirational podcast. There are just so many things that are possible for you to do that is just one thing. And it doesn't have to be the world. It just needs to be a starting point.
One small step, one positive encounter, one positive interaction, one positive step. That's it. That's amazing. Good.
One baby step.
One baby step. I love it. All right, Courtney, any shout outs?
I want to shout out to my team. I love you guys so very much. I miss and love you all. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Miss Shara Wiley. So I just always want to give her all my love and gratitude every day. And I love you all very much. And if you ever need me again, sorry about my bad reception. Poopy.
You're coming in clear.
So I hope I did okay.
Thursday.
I'm coming in clear?
Yeah.
Dang it.
I know. You're fine. The whole time I'm like, what you talking about?
I don't look too much
Anyway, okay, guys, if you are interested in what this program is or how, what we're doing, and you're just curious, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to Courtney or any of the wonderful coaches that we've had on here. We'd love to chat with you and just meet you where you're at and hear how we can help. That'll do it until next Tuesday, you guys. I really appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a great week, and we will talk to you later. Bye.